to see a better Plateau and a better Nigeria?
You see, actually, it's a bit heavy for me because reflecting introspection of what has been done in the last 2 decades or more, and then in the current realities of things, it also boils down to whether we really have done anything. And truly, I must say that we have done a lot. But the set of actors and individuals that fail to act are still the one culpable of the situation that we are finding ourselves. There have been concerted efforts by non-state actors, by community stake actors, to ensure that Plateau and every part of this country enjoy no relative peace, but peace. For those that go to the academia to see the positive peace, this is part what has been. Unfortunately, we have had a system that has not consolidated on the gains. Right from the days of His Excellency the former governor, I want to use Plateau as a context now, Joshua Dari, then to our father, Babachan, His Excellency, and then to His Excellency, Senator Sam Bako Lalong, and then His Excellency, the current governor, His Excellency Caleb Muftwan. There had been one effort or the other by each of them to ensure that peace reigned on the plateau. There have been efforts by each of them to ensure that plateau reigned in peace. Yet, the missing pieces are still there in terms of the actions of each of these institutions.
Doc, that is where, while you were talking, something is just because if these efforts are there, where then is the missing link that, yes, we are not seeing the fruit that we should be able to see from the action?
Because nobody is holding anyone accountable, because government officials and actors, head of institutions think and believe that once things happen, rhetorics, condemnation is more than enough, because there is no political will to address those gaps, because also there is the failure of system in terms of architecture, security architecture, to address these gaps. Let me tell you, in the administrations of these 4 great leaders that I've talked about, each of them have set up a committee, commission inquiry, set up fact-finding mission. Yeah. Each of them, how are they working in implementing the recommendations of outcomes of those committees that they have set? Are you getting it? Yes, there are a few, but the major things that need to be addressed, what has been done, the political will is missing. I was hoping that also His Excellency Sambako is a lawyer. Yeah. The current governor is a lawyer by background. So in terms of the legal framework, by their career path, they should also be able to consolidate on this. And each of them, none of them worked in opposition path with the central government. So they could have leveraged on also the connections with the presidency to consolidate on the gap. If they say that, the commissioners, the police, the Ds are not taking authority commands from us, they will consolidate the gains. Like I've said on this platform, the realignment that the current governor talked about moving to another party, that realignment should reflect in the peace and security of the state. But leave it aside. Are they the only ones? No. The religious leaders' rules, traditional leaders' rules, are there political interference in all these processes? Have you seen some of the videos going around? Have you seen the videos? Young boys, for me, because I'm not their parents, I cannot talk about their age, but if you could see them, they are young men between the ages of 20 below. Yeah. Wearing stakes out, shouting and making all kind of noise. And this certainly, if they are born within the ages of 20 below, they are within the period that Plateau experienced the difficulties in terms of. So they have no knowledge of even interpersonal relationship with people from the other side.
They don't.
Either they are predominantly Muslims or they are predominantly Christian. The relationship some of us enjoy in terms of having to interact and get schooled at certain classes with Muslim brothers, with Christian brothers, they probably are not enjoying this. Yeah. And so they know nothing, and what are parents telling them out there at home? And you see, painfully, Painfully, people were killed. If you know Angorukuba, and if you know the history of Angorukuba, the peaceful disposition in the last 10 years of Angorukuba, it is something that we should consolidate upon. Not to go and stay the honest neck. No. No. You people, mothers struggling to make ends meet, and then suddenly somebody appeared from nowhere, killed and go in the heart of this city. So let me tell you why we need to begin to hold especially security agencies accountable. In this city, yes, the prison, just correctional service, people invaded, escaped with prisoners. Do you know how it is guarded? It is the security surrounding it is more than what is surrounding government house. In this same Plateau State, there is the DSS office there is the police headquarters, there is Operation Enduring Peace headquarters. Yet this happened. It tells you that there is a gap somewhere. Don't know in one of the videos, somebody was crying and said, it is about 40 minutes. Rescue has not showed up. If the people have copied this kind of, they have been doing it around Burkina Faso, around Rio, and other of those, then we can talk about distance. We can talk about distance, we can even talk about the abuse and excellence. But in the heart of Jos, this happened. Until now, nobody has been apprehended. Sadly. This is very sad. We don't stop at that. Then the government took an action to impose curfew, to restrict movement. I supported that action because things were gotten out of hand. That was a good move. And after, of course, probably reviewing it when the governor must have sat with the Security Council, and then based on information provided, he will decide that let us relax it from 7 to 3 p.m. On relaxing it, before that, I was hoping that the Commissioner of Police, I am hoping that the Commander of Operation Enduring Peace, I am hoping that the Coordinator of Operation Rainbow, I am hoping the DSS, NSCDs will have sat down and come up with a plan to tell His Excellency that all it will be well. Lives and property will be secured. And when that is relaxed, we had all the kind of seat. People were running etc. And yet in some of the, one of the video, a young man was being beaten. I refused to watch it. I don't want to traumatize myself again. Rescue from nowhere. What is wrong? You know flashpoint communities in Jos. You know that the heart of this issue, of these insurgents, was in Angorukuba. There is Dusiuku. There is Doserangon, Etobaba, Angorogu, Angorimi, Katako, Gadabu, Rukubaru. Those are areas also that you need to reinforce presence. Yes, certainly. Are you getting it? Then, nothing happened. You talked it. The government were around to do those things, and only again, even if some of those security actors could not have acted, Operation Rainbow is under the direct command of His Excellency. Operation Rainbow had the tactical units at Duseoku. They also have a strong early warning, and then they should have an early response mechanism. They have 300 personnel recently that the government recruited. They have almost about 300 personnel initially before. Now what are they doing? Yet again, innocent lives were lost. It is a failure of security. And you know something? This morning while I was driving here, if I tell you the amount of police and other security that I saw on the road, I've also seen Mr. President is coming. And I hope he will not go there in Amotan too. Even if he decides to go and visit the community that are infected. People are not managing the government of area or so with security actors. Yeah. I want to combine the heartbeats of the people that voted for His Excellency. Why take him in Amotan to go and see them? What is he saying? He said they want to scare his life. So his life is not precious. I mean, what do you answer? In fact, he's the father of all. Sure, I also have the one to be. I appreciate his quickly exposed to go in there, to talk with the people, to empathize with the people, to reassure them. Mr. President is coming. Everywhere has been filled with security. Yes, he is the father of the land. They need to keep him safe. But most importantly, the children also need to be safe.
If the student the president will...
If the president, I'm not part of the protocol team or the design of the visit.
Yeah.
But then, nothing would more than the president sit down, stakeholders are convened from GNI, CAN, other stakeholders, politicians gather there, past governors, president, past the Senate, they all sit down, 1, 2 talk, so a few person, maybe a past governor speak on behalf of all the past governors, speaker speaks or somebody, 1, 2, 3 talk, that's all. But Mr. President gives some instructions and then we depart because this routine as seen in the handler has said that he's going to go sit and rest it. And then that is it. We want that when Mr. President comes, the story will be different even when he leaves. We are beginning to get to a time that it is becoming a struggle for people to have trust and confidence in the word of elected officials. Mr. President was in Benue State for the Europa hearing. A lot of conversations were held.
Yeah.
Even before we left, attacks took place again. Recently, Europa was still attacked.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? If there are people not ready to do their job, please excuse them for those that want to do their job. Again, this is not to say security agencies have not been doing great jobs, but I think the lapses are becoming too much that there are early warning signs, there are informations reaching out, there are people making all the kind of noise as well acceptable on social media. You should be able to, because that's something that I also want to ask you about, because you talk about early warning signs and also early response.
Excuse me, just a minute. If he just carried something now, let's see it to the end. Leave the Oyibo early warning signs. What is the problem in Jos? What happened on Sunday? Who attacked who? From the stories of the survivors, what happened?
Yeah.
We must not deny and play games with the truth. So if the president comes and says, hey, there's a crisis, which is there a just crisis in Jos? Tell us, is there one? Now, how do you classify what happened on Sunday? Were they herders? Were they farmers? What happened?
Those people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, so when people take what they take and take another, it's assassination. Simple. Now, from the stories, nothing has happened. In the 21st century, do you know that there are clips? We can get the clip of what happened and how it happened. Not even from those people. Satellite systems.
Sure.
So what is the problem with us? Because like he said, you're a governor, you pick your brother, make him this. Your president, you pick your sister, pick your wife, pick your children, put them. Give a man a man's job. Don't pick a man's job and give it to a boy. You turn it into a toy. Sure. Let me tell you something else. Something that I'm sure doctor forgot to say. Bukoba Barak is what?
An army
division. It's happening. Koro.
They've been killing people in Barcelona.
Exactly. So what we're trying to say here is it's nothing new. There's complicity. You must say the truth the way it is. The traditional rulers, don't they have a role to play?
They do.
Governor. You mean the governor will leave governor out and run around? You are a traditional ruler, you see people who are not from your place running around, you won't speak. The way we just sit down and pretend that the economy is improving when we are buying fuel at 1,400 naira. So we say the economy is improving.
Improving to where?
Before this president came, look, let's put it before this president came, everything was 461.
Yeah.
Today is 1,000 plus. I said the thing has stabilized. Those children we see on the videos, hunger, poverty, and disease is written all over them. They are sponsored. Government said so. What has this government done? Let us be honest about it. We see that give him an extra place. How can you be governor of a state? You cannot give instruction to a Boy Scout. You're head of security. Which security?
I also think that it is important, based on the governor's relationship with Mr. President, let him call those in charge to order. Mr. President, our father, these and these that you have been deployed here to maintain law and order, to safeguard lives and property, is not carrying out his job as expected. And these are what we agreed, these are what I expected. See, the governor is not an expert in security.
Of course he's not.
He is a lawyer by background. Yeah. Are you getting it? Sure. And because of that, that's why he has advisors that are in charge of security. That's why he has the security officers. They are expected to guide him in the right path around those things. And if they have guided him right and things have been done, I think there is weak coordination between security agencies. This is the thinking of mine. And where are we investing in intelligence gathering? If you are really investing in it, there is no way information will not get in, and that goes back to early. Yes.
So there were videos that mentioned Plateau, Benue, Kaduna, Kwara. Videos. The National Security Advisor, is he sleeping? Must he not be afraid to say the truth? Is he sleeping? I remember when he came to do and did one operation in the name of, look, we know what's happening. If you want to take a man's land, is it about land resources in Plateau? Because if you tell me that in Zamfara there is a crisis, farmer heard that, I understand. If you tell me in Benin, but I don't understand.
If it's pure, what has happened on Palm Sunday, is criminality.
Exactly.
Should be treated as criminal acts. That's right. And those that carry that action should be apprehended, brought to justice. That's the way we can honor the lives of those that have been killed. You understand? We should see there's nothing else to call it. It is Plateau is not going to anything, and then hoodlums whether to take advantage. And these individuals should be arrested. Don't want police to pay you put tigers. Do mass arrest. Whoever sent them to the street to come out. Excuse me. That's right. Whether the child is underage, whether it's a minor, that you caught him with weapons, arrest him, take him away, to call. Sure. You understand? Can he get this? I'm telling you, some of these children were, from what I can see, they were less than 15. Can you stream?
At that level, they behave less than animals.
Yeah.
What kind of society are you thinking? You see, hold on. In Hong Kong, the government of Hong Kong they used video clips and arrested those who were demonstrating at the time they said they wanted to change in Hong Kong.
In the when we were attacking the capital, was that not video that we used to? So now there are videos of this one.
No, they will not hide it. No. So, let me tell you.
And that's still they want to take all this
And number two, our political parties, they are simply vehicles for people to embezzle public funds. In other societies, the opposition political party they exist, they are supposed to do what? What are they supposed to do?
Viewer, thank you very much. Gentlemen, let's allow our viewer an opportunity as we discuss. They can also bear their mind. So, viewer, you can join the conversation here in the studio via this number 07044400305. Let me take the number again, 07044400305. The phone line is open for you to join the conversation here in the studio. Pathways to conflict resolution. Yes, Doc.
You see, while we're going to deal with crime as crime, now we will also continue to forge ahead. Again, we must not allow those evildoers.
Okay, Doc.
You go ahead, please.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
Yeah, fine, we thank God. Your name and where you're calling us from?
This is Pastor Julius. I'm calling from Busaburi.
All right, Pastor Julius, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I want to say that from now on, I appreciate the guests of the studio. Sincerely speaking, you are doing well, thank you, Gordon, and the other guests.
Thank you, sir.
But what I want to say is that if this conflict on the platform must be resolved, and if government is sincere, those people who have been making comments on social media that they are going to attack the system, they are going to, when they finish their fasting, they do not hide their face, they do not cover their face. Some of them are back on the social media, some of them are on the platform. Except government arrests them, this will never be over. So if government wants to be sincere, let those people be arrested, let them be prosecuted. We have a feeling that if government refuses to do anything about these people, then the whole of government is involved in what has happened in the plateau. So I'm waiting to see what government will do with some people. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
So you see, we must not allow those criminals to reverse the gains of our collective efforts. Where we are today on the plateau is not a sole action of any individual or groups. It's a collective. Please speak the call.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Your name and where you are calling us from. Well, viewer, if you call, be sure that you are ready to talk to us so that we can also have others, talk to us on the program. Hello, good morning. Yeah, thank you. Can you turn down the volume of your TV set because it's interfering with our signal, and then tell us your name and where you are calling us from? Yeah, we can hear you, but move away from your TV set. When you call, you move away from your TV set or turn down the volume of your TV set because there is interference. All right, let's... Hello, good morning. Yeah, thank you very much. Your name and where you are calling us from.
I'm Mr. Thomas from Phone.
All right, Mr. Thomas, please go ahead.
Yes, I've been hearing the conversation.
Yeah, we're with you. Go ahead, please.
I don't know whether the conflict between another person representing the other person, the proper picture that they are telling us that they are resolving the conflict resolution.
Okay, here in the studio?
No, I mean, I think between the PRTVC and the other people.
We're talking about Plateau State, we're talking about Nigeria, we're talking about all of us when it comes in terms of pathways to conflict resolution, sir.
Okay, I thought it is the one that they have to that they are talking.
Well, anyway, keep following the program and then you will get the crux of the matter of our discussion on the program. Then you can call back and make your contribution, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah.
So, you see, we must not allow anyone to reverse the gains of the peace we have achieved on the plateau. We have not gotten to where we want. Yeah. Of course, even from the recent happening of yesterday, you know that there are still divisions, there are still underlying factors that have not been addressed. But most importantly, we have collective responsibility. And this calls that this is not the time to sit on the fence. We must begin to see ways on how we can address. Look at the governor, when he dropped out, he was talking to the people. He was crying. That yesterday is not just about the lives of your citizens that have been lost, but I have to believe he's also overwhelmed. Yeah. I get it. He's also overwhelmed. And so it is, imagine also the people. So I think that government need to strengthen effort. I appreciate the great work that the Plateau Peace Building Agency is doing. This is our time to begin to consolidate. This is our time to begin to stretch the range of collaborations and coordinations so that we begin to see some of the communities that we think that there have been consolidations around the peace efforts. Now we know there are gaps. Yeah. Within the heart of Just Not, Congo, Shango, Tina, and all those areas, there's around one, Aborini and Borugu. There is a need for some intra and inter-communal engagements that will be sustained, not something on one-off, but it's a process. And when we talk about peace building again, I say to people, it's not about, it's a lived experience. You understand? So we have a responsibility. Then government on her part have a strong responsibility to ensure enabling a safe environment. Nothing can thrive in the atmosphere of insecurity. You understand? I said it again today, the governor should tell the world before Mr. President that the security failed. Yeah. Those that you have deployed here didn't do their work well.
Let's add this caller to the conversation. Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning.
Yes, good morning. Your name and where you are calling us from?
Okay. My name is Jonah Justice Shaka. I'm calling from Kufan, Plateau State.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah, it's just a question I want to ask. And on the day that the governor visited Kufan, he made mention of, maybe before I go to that, it's very unfortunate what has happened on Plateau. because lives are not being considered. One of the important factors. When we look vividly into the situation, the governor said those people, the guy that came and said that yes, they are going to a kind of visit after they are fasting. And he made mention, I remember vividly that already, that the governor said that they are going to a kind of the young man that had made such statement on social media. They are going to, the PSS are working and they are going to arrest him. I don't know whether the young man has been arrested or it's just a political language.
No, I
want to a kind of state so that people will hear and now calm their situation down.
Well, I think in the governor's broadcast after his visit to Agoro Kuba.
Critical.
Okay, maybe let him finish first.
Hello?
In the governor's broadcast after his visit to Agoro Kuba in the evening to the state, to the citizens of the state, he did mention that that young man has been apprehended. I read through the broadcast that he did.
Yeah.
So after he visited Agoro Kuba, so I think he's in custody based on what the governor said. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Justice Shaka.
Arresting that young man now, as far as I'm concerned.
Let's add this caller first. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, your name and where you are calling us from, and then go ahead and make your contribution. All right, Augustine, please go ahead.
My regard to the regular guests and the invited guests and you the presenter of the program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, we're grateful.
You people are doing a very good job here.
Thank you.
Now, in the topic that was brought about the conflict resolution, if you can see from the inception of this terrorists and also around something, the question one first to ask is, why have it been that there is no arrest, no prosecution by the government, and they are the chief security, they receive orders from them all the time, and everything lies in Abuja before it comes to the local villager that you ask. Why? And again, if you can see the scenario of this event that has been going on for long, you know, the securities that are at the discovered with you that they can be used easily is the police. You know, the police, in Gaza, where they have their big training camp, they have been relocated and dispatched. Of which the mobile were the first of the country. Look, since this thing begin now, mobile has been going for peacekeeping, else country, all this one, but their training camp has been dispatched. Why? Again, they have never used mobile phone in the state that they can go into every news and intervene things quicker than the army or anything. Why?
All right.
The government now is just playing politics with people.
All right, Austin, begin to put your points together because of time.
With people like, you die tomorrow, they complain, you do this tomorrow, they say they are in top of the situation. Which top are you that were at the bottom, we are feeling the impact?
All right, thank you very much, so that we can also allow others
doing what they are doing, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Austin.
Yeah, you see, arresting the young man is beautiful, but it's just one of those things. The day he made the statement, if you and I were to make that statement, they would have arrested us. You see, this thing that some people are more Nigerian than others, why are we pretending? A pastor will climb the pulpit, is pretending, and a man will go to mosque, is pretending. If everyone has taken all the shit today, the bombs dropped on Iran, don't we pick who is a government citizen, or who is against, or who is supporting government, does it?
No.
Everything that is bad in total. That's all. So, which peace can you have in a situation where the man who is at the civilian is saying, I don't even know the conflict. So in the present, what is the conflict? What brought about this thing in Angola? What was it? Now, if somebody woke up and said he mentioned places, you did not arrest him, you waited until this. So the government himself must feel, Who are those working against me? Of course, he's human. He cried, shelter. I agree. The point I was going to make is this. In that place, don't they have traditional, maybe people, district heads? What do they do? Nothing. District heads in Nigeria only sign papers when you buy land. Nothing. We have had people, traditional rulers, they arrested the other parts, even in Zamfara and the others, colluding with people, either kidnapper or whatever. In this case, what was the problem? We must engage the people to know. You know why? Because we are gradually militarizing even people as low as 10 years old. Yeah. Then you wake up and say, we don't want schools. You are already teaching them how to play schools. Yes, of course, schools is forceful takeover. So that young man, that guy that was stoned to death yesterday, what did he do? Nothing. So we will now see tomorrow and see somebody in another part of town stoned to, and people are driving past. You see, when you reduce human life to nothing, it simply means nothing. In Rwanda, what did Paul Kagame do? He did something. Can't we come from people and do the right thing that they are doing? If you have a constitution where even the state government cannot speak, now we say, okay, let us have state police. No. You see, some people are gaining from this thing. So it's a money-making machine. Let me tell you, the best thing to do is let us come all out. Because it's everybody's own business.
Let's add this caller here. Hello, good morning. Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. Madam Mary.
I want to submit all of the and thank God for the safety.
Amen. We bless you. Thank you.
Sometimes we like to say that the president is coming to plenty. I don't know. Is he coming to raise the dead ones? Is he coming to address the dead? It has been the normal now. Every time you come, many people are making their millions out of what is happening. But where unto he? Where unto he? The blood of people. The blood of people will chase them. Will continue to chase them until they come out to confess what they are trying to do on the church. I pray that let this be the end. I couldn't see this so much when I saw the young man that was killed. And people vehicles were passing, where are the security? But today, all roads, you cannot pass anywhere on the place today because one person is coming. Let's continue to pray for the church to change.
Thank you. You see, for justice purpose, those that carried out the attack at Angola should be brought to justice. Yeah. It is very important. Very, very important. We move to that. The videos that we see of people being killed, within the context, investigative security sector, all they just need to do is to map the place out. So, okay, this happened at PRTV studio. You zero there. Begin to check the faces of these people. It may take longer. It may take a short time. Yeah. But crime does not expire. It doesn't. So when you map out, you can 0 till you get, if you can get 1, 2 of the faces in that community, you get the others. Yeah. When you don't see, you can enlarge your coast. You understand in terms of research. But each time such happens, those blurry pictures, videos, people, when you begin to do that, people will know that technology has aided us already to even have investigation. Sure. But let's leave that aside. Please, criminals should be treated as what? Criminals. We have to stop this out of condemnations. No. We move from there again. We cannot, I said it earlier, allow any individual or groups to reverse the gains. It has been a very challenging journey to where we are today. Yeah. We've seen what happened yesterday. As the tensions across communities, we must begin the processes of healing and genuine reconciliation through intercommunal engagements, community trust building engagements, local government chairman, just not just out, and other environment. It is time to sit up. Let's not politicize the process. Let's not politicize this moment. Trust me on this. If we take through the path of politics on this issue, worst is to come. Worse is to come. For those of us that are opportunity to have been to the northwest, northeast, there are a lot of ungoverned space today. For a lot of things like that. A lot with local government channels of food don't even stay at the capital consistently. We must avoid those parts. Anybody responsible should be dealt with. Again, to add to what you are saying, the rule of traditional leaders. If the governor is helpless in such a situation, what does traditional leader can do? But again, they can also act through collaborative approaches. Identify criminals in your communities. It doesn't matter whose son, whose daughter. Criminals should be treated as criminals. But again, also, for me, not just for Agborukuba, but also Agborukuba can be a best practice. The governor should have looked at that community. Identify young men that are employed, that used to be employed, that are employable. Consider job opportunities for some of them. This lack of job, because if you understand the drug rate of Agborukuba, it's something else too. You need to deal with that issue itself. They need to address, provide opportunities. Those mothers out there, some kind of support to strengthen their petty businesses. Then come up with a development initiative for that community. While we move on with the issues of intra-community relationship. Let's not allow anybody to reverse the gains. But again, let's deal with criminality as crime. Let's not give room for impunity. Whoever is responsible to provide security that fail also, let them be held accountable. Let us tell us what happened that the security were not there. Let us tell us what happened yesterday that in the midst of the tensions and security, yes, they were able to come up with some communities. What happened in those locations? If they can set up strategically for the visit of the Mr. President, I think that on the first day of the relax of that curfew, they should be starting to do too. They should not be.
Doc, I really don't know because you don't have time to continue with this.
You give a man a job. For heaven's sake, let him do the job. There are also some security people who cannot do their job because some people don't want them to do their job. We will not mention them on air, but we know it's very, very important. Rwanda is coming through out of a mess. Somalia has gone there. Let us do everything it takes. Tomorrow is Friday. Will people refuse to go to the mosque?
And Good Friday for Christians.
Good Friday for Christians as well. So what do we do?
Well, gentlemen, we cannot continue with this discussion, but before I let you go, Doc, please, in just about 2 seconds, your final take to our
Please, as painful as the situation is, let us not allow any individual or group reverse the gains of our collective effort or peace, security, and development of the plateau. Let us support government, let us support ourselves, let us support community leaders in consolidating the gains. Stay peaceful and live peacefully. Godwin?
Don't let anybody use you for any purpose. If they ask you to do it, ask that their children lead.
In essence, allow them to break the coconut on your head and you will not be there when they take from the juice of the coconut and share the goodies from it. Well, viewer, this is the much we can take on today's edition of the program PTV Express. See you on Tuesday, God's willing, when we come your way with the Tuesday edition of the program. But for now, be law abiding and keep the peace of Plateau State because we are known as a state of peace and tourism. We love you. Bye-bye.